So MFL, if I had a pound for every time someone said to me, why study another foreign language, I would be really rich. But languages are important. As human beings, we need to connect with people, we need to talk to people, we need to show that we're open-minded in terms of cultures, and how else to do that other than by learning languages. And that's something we very much strive to do as a department, is to show girls the application for their languages, the relevance of their languages, and the importance of languages in the 21st century. In year 7, when the girls come in, they're really fortunate at Surbiton because they're allowed to do 4 languages. So they get to do French, German, Latin and Spanish, and they have a little taster of all languages. Normally when the girls come in year 7, the year 7s have already had some exposure to French, and increasingly they've had some exposure to Spanish, but very few will have done German or Latin before. So that's a new beginning for them, which is exciting. When they get to the spring term of year 7, they choose 2 languages that they'll carry on with into year 8. So in year 7, they'll have 4 languages once a week, and when they go into year 8, they'll have 2 languages twice a week. So, which really then allows them to start to motor in terms of their progress, because they'll look at each of the languages in more depth and they'll have more time to practice the language in class. They carry on with those 2 languages in year 9, and then in the January of year 9, they'll choose their options for year 10. Their GCSE options. Every girl will study 1 language at GCSE, but some may choose to do 2, and they're perfectly able to do that. In year 7, when they choose their options, they're not restricted by the department or the timetables or the school in any way at all. They can choose the 2 languages that they like best and the ones that they're performing best in to carry on with into year 8. Well, I think languages at Surbiton are very special for 2 main reasons. Number 1 is because when the girls come in year 7, they get a taster of all 4 languages, and then they will choose the ones that they want to carry on with. So it's entirely up to them, the ones that where they're performing well and the ones that they love studying. And the other thing, I think, is the MFL team. So the team is very diverse. We've got young teachers, we've got older teachers with experience of the outside world, of the business world. We're very fortunate to have 3 native speaking language assistants who spend time with year 10, at the end of year 10, with year 11, all the way through year 11, and one-to-one with our year 12 and 13 students. So there's a whole variety. The department is diverse. We've got different experience and different things to offer the girls. And everyone is hugely passionate about their own language. And also, a large number of the teachers teach more than 1 language. So they've got an insight into the languages of different countries. This year it's slightly difficult because of COVID, but in the past we've run a number of trips. Each department runs a number of trips. So for example, we have an exchange for year 8 pupils in French. We go over to Fontainebleau with a school, with an international school there, which is a wonderful experience. We have run trips also in French to Bordeaux, to a language school. We've taken girls to a language school in Nice, and we've had cultural and linguistic trips to Paris as well. The German department does a trip to Berlin, and they also do a trip for year 11 to Rhineland, which is hugely popular. The Spanish department has had trips to Andalusia, to Granada, to Costa Rica. There's a huge variety of trips, and they change every year depending on what the teachers are able to offer. Personally, in terms of teaching, I love seeing the girls progress. So from year 7, when they come in and they've got no experience of a language at all, you just see them grow each year. And when you then get them to A level, it's so rewarding to see them surviving in a language. But for me, the driving force is, I know that some pupils won't want to carry on with languages. So for them, it's going to be about the practicalities of the language. If they go on an interrailing holiday, they can buy their train ticket, or they can buy a ticket for a museum, or they can survive and buy their food. It's going to be a very practical application for maybe the non-linguists, and that's really rewarding. They'll get a tremendous buzz from that. But for the girls who really are linguists, who want to go on to university and beyond, it's knowing that they'll go abroad for that year abroad as part of their university studies, and they'll start to dream in the language, they'll start to use idiosyncratic phrases, they'll use idiomatic expressions, they will just embrace the culture of the language, and they'll come back so enriched as people. That it's seeing people go through that experience that's so rewarding.